welcome to the old barn. Now in true spring style, we've had to relocate under the canopy because it started raining, but hopefully you'll all be able to hear me all right, and I'm going to show you how to make your spring wreaths. As you can see, I have here one I made earlier. This is what we're going for. I've laid out everything that's in the kit in front of me, so hopefully you can see that. The main thing being your wreath ring. Now, I've chosen this one on purpose because, as you can see, it's a bit misshapen, which they all are because they're only made of straw. So you just need to give it a bit of a pull into the sort of shape you want and pop that to the side for now. You'll have some eucalyptus. You should have 3 of the larger daffodils and some smaller ones. You should have some hyacinths and some iris. And we've got sort of some fake, sort of like jasmine, pussy willow type stuff. You've got some twigs, love the silver birch. And then we've got some of the sort of wild pussy willow we're going to use later. So the first thing we're going to do, if you did the Christmas wreath with me, you'll know this procedure, is make some bunches. We're going to take 2 to 3 items to make each bunch, and we're going to make about 10. They're not all going to be the same, they're all going to be different, so we get a nice varied look on the wreath. It's not a uniform looking wreath. I'm going to first of all take a piece of eucalyptus on this one, and I think I'm going to pop with it a little bit of iris. So lay them together to how you think they look nice. Don't worry too much because you'll be able to sit them on the wreath how you want. Turn them upside down. Now you want the stalks to be level, so I did say if you had any wire cutters, I've got some on my pliers here, they'd be handy. Otherwise sharp scissors should work as well. Now we want to attach these together in an elastic band. These are quite large because they were the ones on Christmas, so I pop them in 2 and then put them over, or you'll be going round and round about 10 times. This way hopefully you should only have to do it about 5. Okay, so attach them together and lay that on, so that's one done. So this time I'm going to use a bit of the bright green, and I think I will lay that with one of the smaller yellow sort of narcissi. You'll notice some of them are curling up a bit, but I just think it makes them look more natural really. And I'm going to put a twig in with this one. Now, no need to trim, these are all about the same length. Again, elastic band in 2 and then round and round. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's another one done. Now with one of the larger daffodils, these have got greenery on them already, so you can keep it quite simple. So with that one, I think I might just put a bit of this sort of white blossom pussy willow stuff. Here we go. Now you will note that everything we are using in this is artificial. I did an and ah about using fresh things because you see some beautiful fresh spring wreaths, but the problem is they don't last very long. Things like tulips and daffodils need a lot of water due to their hollow stems, and it would last 2-3 days before they'd all start to wilt. And I think that's such a shame when you put so much time and effort into making something, and also it costs you quite a lot of money that it all just wilt. So hence why I decided to go down the artificial route. And I do think they look very beautiful on the door. The bees actually think it's real and they're always buzzing around it, which is quite sweet. And of course it will last forever. You'll be able to get it out year after year. The only thing I would say is that the sun may fade some of them. So you might find the blue and the yellow fade a little bit, but they might be all right. And if it's not in direct sunlight, it'll obviously be even better. Or you might even choose to have it inside. I'm just carrying on making a few more, so just piecing together things that I think look nice together. Remembering I've got to make 10, so sort of spacing out what I'm doing. And you just want to carry on doing this until you've got 10. Okay? Oh, I didn't do this one in half, but now look, I'm going to do it about 10 times. Okay, so carry on doing that until you've got all 10 bunches. Right, now you've got all 10 bunches ready, you're ready to start attaching them to the wreath. I wouldn't attach any at first, I'd arrange them and see what sort of design you liked. So I'm going to start with my large daffodils. Now you've got 3 of these, so I'd suggest you space them evenly around your wreath. So you attach them by holding them against the wreath like this. So you don't want it pointing up, you don't want it pointing down, you don't want it pointing out. You want to just put it to the side so it's diagonal. I usually say it's about 10 o'clock. And then your next one wants to overlap it. So I'll choose a different one. I'm going to put a blue iris. So you want this one, a large part of this, to cover where your elastic band is. And you're going to go round like this, choosing different ones each time. Now you've obviously got 3 of the large daffodils, so sort of every third or fourth you want to put one in and go round like this until you're happy with the order. So have a play, see what you think looks nice. I think this looks quite nice. That's quite a good order, and I'm going to put a blue one in there. And when you're happy with the sort of layout and you think you've got them in a nice order, what you want to do is, starting with your first one, lay them out in a line in front of you, like so. So you know what order you're going to attach them in. Now I've just noticed I've got 2 twigs there, so I'm going to swap that one with that one. Okay, now to attach, you need your reel of wire to do this. You're going to pull out about that much and wrap it around your wreath. Now at the back you want to twist it like so. And then you're going to wrap it around them 2 or 3 times. And then pull nice and tight, and you'll see your wire is attached. Take your first one, lay it on your wreath at the diagonal, and then wrap your wire around probably 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and you should be wrapping it over the elastic band. So that's nice and secure. You can get your next one and position this. So I always say sort of move the wreath around so you're always working at 12 o'clock. So position that there, and then you'll see that that hides that elastic band. Now you're going to see quite a bit of the moss on this wreath, but that's really the whole point of it. I thought it was quite spring-like to be able to see this nice green moss, and being artificial it means it won't go brown if you don't water it. So that's quite good. Now next one, again trying to cover the elastic band, and just keep going round like this, overlapping them all. I'm actually gonna should change my mind. Now don't worry if you can see the elastic band on a couple of them, because you'll find that we've got a couple of little things to cover them up. We've got some extra little white narcissi, and we've also got the pussy willow, and you can always bend them into shape as well to make them cover as well. So keep going. Another blue one, and just layering it up really. This one, I can't remember where that one was from now. Right. Blue, I think. Now, the last one, it's a bit tricky. What you need to do is lift up the first one and sort of pop him underneath. Otherwise you'll find that you can see the elastic band on that one. And that twig's in a bit of a tricky position, so I'm just going to hold it out of the way while I attach it on. Okay, and that is your wreath. Initially finished, but we've got some smartening up to do. You can take the wire off at this stage, so just rest it down and either using your wire cutters or some scissors, chop it off, put about 10 centimetres, pull it as tight as you can, and then wrap it and push it back into the wreath. Like so. There we go. And there's your wreath. Next thing we had to add on is your narcissi. So you'll notice these aren't on long centre, just on little ones, which is where these little mossing pins are used. So we're going to sort of pull it in under the petals and push it in there. So I've got a bit of a gap here, I think. So simply hold your flower down, and then using the pin, push it, if I can see it, push it under like so, and there it'll stay attached. And the other thing is, can you see that this one is being a bit unruly? Because he's a wire, I'm going to bend him to make him a bit more pronounced, and these mossing pins are really handy for making things stay where you want. So I'm going to find his stem and push the mossing pin into it there so it sits nicely. And I think I've got, and some of the irises I think look quite nice if you sort of bend them out a bit, bend them towards you, makes it look a bit fuller. And I'm going to pop another narcissi down here, again just holding onto my wreath and pushing the sort of staple underneath it. And my last one, I'm going to pop around here, same thing, hold it down, oh I misread that one, and push it underneath. There we go, it's looking good. So yeah, these are just super easy, you can literally just bend these to make them go where you want. And I think I might bend there. So now if you've got any bits like this that looks a bit too wayward for me, you can simply just pop them off. I just like using the natural twigs, I think it just gives it a bit more of a natural look. The wired pussy willow, what we're going to do with this is in your gaps where you haven't got any, first thing you need to do is hold it on the back of your wreath using one of your mossing pins, secure it in like so, and then you want to pull it round the front just loosely like that, and then again hold it at the back, get another mossing pin and just poke it in. Okay, so just got that there, and the same with the other one, so pin it at the back and pull it around and pin it at the back again. Okay, so there we go. This is our wreath. I'm going to make this the top of my wreath, I think. So we need to make the hanger. Using the large cable tie, you need to push up underneath, if you can, the greenery at the back until it comes out the top. Now if you've not used cable ties before, they're a bit like zippers. So push it in and you'll hear a bit of a zipping sound. Zip, and then pull it, keep your finger in it, but pull it until it's over your finger like that. Then you want to take your finger out, you want to get the small cable tie, push that underneath, and then just zip that until it just zips. Like that, till you just hear it go. That's going to be your hook. And then the long one, you can pull really tight now. And then chop off that, and chop off a little bit on that. And that is your hook now to hang it up with. So enjoy. I hope you will get on well making that. Please let me know if you've got any questions, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye bye.